Any other comments? Have we finished, Mr. Quintero?
That's it.
I'd like to place on the agenda a renaming of this portion of the meeting. I think the clerk calls it oral communications, but I'd like to have it renamed State Your Hatred, because that's all I hear up here. Margaret, the hate that you exude when you talk about those people who were on brand. Mr. Hooker, the newspaper wrote a column on someone about the traffic situation in Armenia, comparing it to what's going on in Glendale. And if that offends you so much, if it was the traffic situation in Munich or London, I don't think you would have said a peep. But that nasty word, Armenia, oh my God, that probably makes you do flip-flops out of this room. And as far as Mr. Molano, all I hear from him is hatred. Hatred for the city. Hatred for the city council. Hatred for the city manager. Hatred for every single one of us. And I think he does hate the kids. I'm going to lay that blame on him, because when he talks about the money that was going from the illegal, unconstitutional, unlawful, criminal use of funds from the water fund, well, these are the types of programs that are being cut back. They're being cut back from parades, from kids playing ball, from kids getting horseback riding lessons. And, his complaint is that he leaves the room. Well, he's gone now. I would have invited him up for a debate if you would have let me. You probably wouldn't have let me, but I would have invited him up here. The junk and the hatred that he spews in his essays, he calls them essays, good Lord, from that blog that he writes. And he's here complaining that we get the last word in when he talks about personal issues and insults every single one of us. Well, not every single one of us. He does have a new friend, contributor perhaps, to his essays. Every single one of us, from our professional life to our personal life, it's just hatred. That's all I'm hearing. I'm very disappointed. I mean, this part of oral... I won't even get into Mr. Mohill. Okay? I mean, I think I'm going to leave that to Mr. Weaver's rebuttals and all that. It has really degraded. I think this city is better than this. I think we have better citizens that come up here and discuss hatred. I'm not talking about suggesting ways we do things better. This is just outright hate. And I'm sure that every single one of you watching on TV has your own opinion on that. I'm sure many of you are agreeing with what I have to say, and particularly the speakers that have been here today. We don't need that in the city. If you want to be positive, be positive. And there's a way to be positive even when you criticize. Suggest better ways of doing things, but we don't get that. And I'm sorry. I really think it should be called State Your Hatred. It's got a catchy name to it, and it's much more apt than the vanilla oral communications. Each speaker shall be allowed 5 minutes. Council may question or respond. State your hatred. Thank you, ma'am.